Well, grab a seat, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
D and Davis, the flip. We got a lot to get into. No sports really this weekend. Golden State's already won, and it seems like Ryan's right. Milwaukee will be in the finals, which we love Giannis, so that's good for him. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, if KD doesn't come back, we'll get a new champion. Yeah.
Possibly.
So we'll bring you that on Tuesdays for D and Davis' show, where we give you our little sports take. And we may have a little bit of something special coming up relating to Golden State. So just sit back and watch.
Really?
Yeah, we may get a little interview with somebody that's writing on KD.
Oh.
So we'll bring that to you. Shout out to Means. Shout out to Means getting that job.
Yes.
I told him
Working
he waited.
9 to 5.
I was like, I should post this or tell everybody. I wasn't going to post. I was going to tell everybody.
What?
When he told me he got it.
Yeah, he put it on Facebook.
Yeah, but
Chanel
he
told me.
I saw Cal Wednesday.
Y'all recorded something, right?
He came here. He was down here.
Oh, cool.
So we just sat in the lobby and chopped it up. So shout out to Means getting that gig. Definitely.
Also, too, being on TNT.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm bowling and shit. I get a text message like, man, from Creighton. Was it Creighton?
Probably. He was one of the people. I see him everywhere.
Yeah, Creighton.
Right.
I got Creighton. He was like, man, Cal, was that Cal's tweet on NBA TNT? I'm like, I don't know. I'm bowling. I look up. I'm like, oh, shit. Cusso to hit TNT. Yeah. Damn. That's what's up.
Go ahead, Sydney. Who else was on? Got their tweet on television this week?
Who else?
Nobody else?
Well, I tweeted the footage.
I mean, you don't know anybody this week that you didn't congratulate for getting a tweet posted on national television any place?
Honestly, I'm not thinking.
Starbright?
Oh, yeah. Shout out to AKA B-Chan. I happened to DVR the jam, and their question of the day was, what song makes you feel good? And it's just so happens like I recognize that tweet handle, and so happened to record it and send some evidence to her, and she appreciated it.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Still lusting after that married woman.
Hold
easy,
on
boy.
Now.
Come on
Hold
now.
on now.
Better be careful.
Hold on now.
You better be healthy, my man.
I should have seen this coming.
Strong. Your immune system better be up, because Sidney Brown is lurking.
Ratchet Davis kicks it off.
Sidney be sending dude cold germs and shit. Like, just
one powder in this envelope.
Exactly.
Oh.
You need a strong man. You and that boy need a strong man in your life.
Damn, kid. I'm your daddy
Let
now.
me show you the beauty of Oaklawn. This is Pete's. We'll buy our produce from here.
Supermarket, too. Super Pete's.
Flexing on Shorty. Look at this.
Man.
Look, take this in.
Shout out to Brittany. I didn't see that.
Be like Daddy
Yeah.
Sid.
You saw it
I
live?
saw Sid's tweet.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All
That
right.
this new Sid was like, it had one like. I was like, I wonder if that's her. And I was about to like, and I was like, I want to make fun of this. So I went.
Well, what's coming on the show? What up?
Listen, let's just jump straight into the show since it's one of those no guest shows, which is great. We're going to start off with something terrible, and I mean that. Video shows the moment elderly man is pushed off bus leading to his death. This is terrible.
Shocking security video captures the moment 74-year-old Serge Fournier was pushed off a Las Vegas public transit bus in March. The elderly man died in April, more than a month after the incident. Investigators say Fournier was moving up the aisle of the bus when he asked 25-year-old Kadisha Bishop to be nice because she was yelling and cursing at passengers. That's when witnesses say Bishop shoved Fournier out of the bus with enough force that he never touched any of the steps before hitting his head on the sidewalk. Fournier died on April 23rd. The coroner ruled his death a homicide due to blunt force injuries. Police arrested and charged Bishop with murder. She's being held on $100,000 bail and is due back in court next week. Nichelle Medina, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Damn, that's messed up. CBS News. No, you've been living a foul last day, huh?
What?
Just what happened when you living like that, bro? You start making noises about shit like that? It's fucking when you're running with the devil at night.
I'm running with the devil quite most of my life.
Running with the devil. All right. Police in Las Vegas, this is from Sydney. Police in Las Vegas released a video showing a woman pushing an elderly man off a bus in March. The 74-year-old man later died from injuries, and the woman is charged with murder. Kadisha Bishop. Let me repeat that. Kadisha Bishop. Yep.
Damn.
She a fucking sister.
Damn.
25 was, I didn't leave with this. He's a white man. Was 25, was arrested in May, and charged with open murder of an elderly, vulnerable person. And he was, y'all. This was unfortunate watching this. Old man was on a walker. According to the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department homicide section, Bishop was yelling and cursing at people inside of the bus, including the victim, Serge Fournier. Fournier, I guess when I got to that name, y'all would have known. Fournier reportedly asked the woman to be nice. CBS affiliate KLS TV reported. Then the police says he attempted to exit the bus. She shoved him out and onto the ground. Fournier landed face first on the sidewalk on top of a shopping cart he was carrying. He survived the initial fall, refusing medical attention. Excuse me. Later that evening, Fournier took himself to the hospital for injuries. On May 3rd, his family notified detectives that he had died from the injuries on April 23rd.
He's a tough old man.
He wasn't able to eat, said Fournier's neighbor, Jeffrey Bingham. He was in a lot of pain. He had a crushed hip. Yeah, she killed him, all right. I put my hand up to his face, and he said, we've got you covered, Bingham, and was about his last moments with Fournier, and then he kind of went.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty sad, just an argument about something like that.
It wasn't really an argument. She was on the bus wilding out. Mm-hmm. She was on the bus saying all kind of crazy shit, probably. Story is, he walked past her and said, you should be nicer, I believe. It was something along those lines, or be nicer, or something like that.
That's what he said to her.
And I guess she was like, I'm going to show you nice, old man. And when the doors opened, she gave him the 2-hand shove, and he flew out and hit his head, and said crushed his hip, right?
There's a lot of pussy ass shit going on in the world.
That's some wild shit. What would go into a person's mind to say, I'm gonna push this old man?
He weak, and I can push him. It's a lot of whole shit that's allowed today that, even not to say when we came up, it was different. It was fuck shit going on then, but it was still more of a code. And now, like, you know, like when I hear a song and it be like, I ain't scrapping with no random. I'm up it. And it's just like, what the fuck is it about that? And I know these are songs, but this mentality that your life is just so worthless over anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anything. Like your life. And the real thing, what people are telling you is this is their life. Like, not to say that sometimes people can't just be that evil, but a lot of times, especially I'm just saying it was with us. And I mean, this is outside of black people. This really just that we're living in this world and we don't measure our own lives and value them at a high enough level that so your life is meaningless to me also because I don't think enough of myself.
Yeah.
Because if you thought enough of yourself, you wouldn't want to risk your fucking life doing dumb shit like this.
You're not thinking what would I honestly go through your head, unless something's wrong with it. Because I always think if people do shit like this, something's off with them. You just don't do shit. You just don't go out and just shoot people. You just don't go, I don't care what circumstances you are, unless it's life or death. You don't go out and just shoot people. You just go out there and do suicide missions. You just don't go out there and do crazy shit like push old people down. Something's wrong with you. What's in your head? Now, this is the thing you're talking about. Fuck shit, nothing's happening. I didn't see this, and please, if anybody else saw the story, I think said you're the one who had the story. Nobody said anything to her on the bus. Nobody put any hands on the paws on her. Like, dude, why you just push this old man? The police had to go find her, right? It's like, I think at one point she said she got off the bus with her kid and walked past him. Like, I pushed you, motherfucker, and I'm leaving. Nobody like, hey, check out call the cops, this guy just got pushed. Did people just like let it go?
And there's a security camera
shit
on the bus too. And,
yes.
and no one did anything. And it goes back to what Ken was talking about. Not saying we didn't have crazy stuff going on back when we were growing up, but like Ken said, there was a code back in the day. If I did something, you did something, someone else did something, there was someone to hold you accountable. And that's lost in our society today, and that's what ticks me off.
Even if it was something in the lines of like, you just push this old man, so I'm going to at least fight you. I don't know.
Maybe I'm more mad at those people than I am.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody stopped her.
Right.
Nobody stopped her. She just got out the bus and just kept on going. Remember that story about on the subway, and y'all was making fun of me. Y'all making fun of me talking about because I said I would have done something. Well, he was.
No, I don't remember making fun of you.
No, y'all was saying like, no, not making fun of me, but I was saying like, man, listen, I would have had to do something.
You mean the one that I usually don't curse?
No, it wasn't with the dude who was kicking the old woman. Not that one. It was it was something else.
Go ahead.
It was another one. But I'm just saying, where are the people to support that older man who just got pushed?
I'm gonna go even deeper, and I know this has nothing to do with her. Why the fuck do y'all be having y'all grandparents on mass transit like this? It bothers me all the time.
In Vegas, though, it's something about Vegas.
You could be right. You could be right. Let me not just say Vegas. Let's take Vegas out of it.
Okay.
Too many people, times that I see, and I would say that sometimes the person doesn't need to get out or whatever, but I see old ladies walking around. I know damn well they have grandkids. They got kids. Why does the person that did so much for
Especially
y'all,
someone living in their house.
Yeah, but just to say, even if, look, I know grandma needs to go shopping on Thursdays. I'm rolling up.
Yeah.
She's done all this. Grandpa's done all this. And y'all can't do simple shit to make sure that they're just not out here in the streets by their fucking selves.
Maybe they want to be independent.
I know, I get that. Now, at that, I absolve anybody from that. But it's too often do I see the most vulnerable people out here alone. And it's like, I know not everybody has a family, but some people, a decent amount of people do. And due to the fact that they're older, usually somebody came from their loins. Where the fuck are they at?
That's one thing my grandmother always says, like, man, listen, y'all might not all do what I want y'all to do, but at least I know y'all there for me.
Yes.
That's basically it. That's just family.
No, not to pat myself on the back. My great aunt, who took care of my grandmother, my great aunt after my father died. And she used to talk about in the 70s how she used to tell all her sisters that she wanted to die first because she didn't have a family. And I was like, what? But then I used to say, what about me? And she was like, this is before you were here, right? Like, you take care of your, like, it's just, you take care of your fucking own. So, again, to your point, though, no one did anything. And that's the type of world we live in.
Just watch
that when it's real shit and it's time to stand up, that's when all these brave motherfuckers that talk all that shit back to fucking cower rather than getting into action and shit. And that's the type of world we live in where the fuck shit, oh yeah, that's funny. You know, oh, you got to be a G with that fuck shit. But then when it comes to heroic shit, it's like, that's none of my business.
Right.
Like thinking about it. I was driving yesterday. I was like a block behind mine, and it was a car. It was funny. It was in the middle of the street. I was going to get my kids. And it was a person, how they were parked. I'm like, why the fuck are they parked like that? And I look, and there's two people by a door, and one person's trying to keep another person from a phone, a spatula, or something. And I was like, I was like, yeah. And I don't know if they were two women. They were decent sized. And I was like, and the person that was in the car was looking at him, right? So I was like, I don't know. I was like, is the person in the car calling the police? What's going on now? And now I had to go get my kid. I was like, I should stop. But y'all go ahead and finish what y'all doing. I mean, it was in dire. You know, like if I drove past this motherfucker was shooting, I'd be like, 911, they out here shooting, get 1147, some click. Like, but again, I'm putting it on me. I didn't do anything. They were young. They weren't old people that needed help. But go ahead.
Do you guys feel like this story is just too commonplace in the world nowadays, or is it just because we have more media attention? It just feels like you can hear this type of story almost on a daily basis. It's everywhere.
It's probably common.
Yeah,
I think the media
like
attention
this
point is valid. People have always taken advantage of older people, women and children.
Knocking women out.
Yeah.
Look at the stories about Mike Tyson and him growing up. Getting old ladies on the elevator.
That's why he said he deserved to go to jail for that rape charge. He said he didn't rape, but he had done so much fucked up shit. He
knock old women out and take their money.
That's crazy. That's always the craziest shit to me.
Well, I think the biggest thing is,
I mean, you can get a purse out of an old woman without knocking out.
Just take it.
Just take it. I mean, you damn near can put her down peacefully. Like, grab her tightly by the shoulders, kind of clip her leg a little bit. Sit down, Nana. Give me that. You don't have to knock Granny out. Like I'm getting my practice in.
No, you got
right. Well, I've been working on this right hook so long.
I went into the gym for only 30 minutes today.
Damn right.
Damn right.
You're a fucking savage.
No, I think it's a simple fact of this probably is commonplace, right? People have been robbing people since the beginning of time.
Yes,
you know, people rob people, right? It's a simple fact that we can see it because now you have video footage on the bus. You know, I think people will videotape stuff a lot on their phones. I think we can just see it more. Like I always say, people have always been this crazy. Always been this fucking crazy.
But do you
we
think
just have
it's a
access
little
to see how
different
crazy
now,
they
though?
are.
I feel like kind of like what Ken said. There used to be like a code with craziness. Now the code is like disappearing.
I mean,
and just craziness.
You have people just out on the streets now. What we talk about a lot of times on this show. There used to be a place where you knew somebody that wasn't well in the head. They had a home for them.
Yeah.
Nowadays, they just on the street. Yep. They can get taken advantage of, or now they're surviving and they're going to try to do something to survive. That's all out there now. But, you know, that could be a part of what you're saying, Ryan. But on top of that, people always been crazy. I think we could just see it now, you know.
I think part of it is too, like you said, the expansion of social media. Unfortunately, like we said before, you have the people. There was a security camera on the bus, and people in situations, not just in this one, they had their phones. They're recording, but they won't do anything else. It's all about the likes and the retweets and the attention. Who could be the most stupidest and most craziest and to get more attention? For what?
I don't understand. I don't value it like that. I was sitting there. A friend of mine had sent me something yesterday. My guy Ron, and it was funny.
Shout out to Ron.
And he had sent me this clip, and it was somebody driving. It was a car, and a lady in the car told the driver, a guy, pull up alongside of them. Pull up alongside of them. So they pull up alongside of the car, and the car was pulled over by the police. And I'm looking, I'm like, damn, this area look familiar. I actually thought it was right here on Michigan and Columbus. So I'm waiting, and they say, the lady screams out to the other car, you took his bucket. So clearly, I believe someone took a bucket boy's bucket. I think so. You took his bucket, something, you're wrong. The lady in the car that was pulled over by the police, now remember, your car pulled up to a car that was pulled over by the police, jumps out of the car, it's just like, shut the fuck up. Has a rock, which again probably was in that bucket to hold it down from the wind. That rock is bigger than my fist, and hurls it into the car, right? So, right? This is crazy. Then the lady who did that, she kind of pulled her body out of the car through that. They pull off from the police and take off down the street. The lady tells the guy, get back in, follow him, right?
I saw that video.
You saw this video? I know you're gonna agree with this.
Yeah.
So first of all, I was like, what the fuck is going on, right?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
you're not getting away from the police. Believe me, they have your license plate number, right? I've run from the police. Take my word from it. All right? So anyway, they get, now I know, and I'm looking, I'm like, this is fucking Stony Island,
Yep.
right? Because I saw these, it's right by 95th, and it's been there forever. There are these huge silo-like towers where chemicals or something are held before the viaduct. So I'm like, these motherfuckers on 95th, right? They about to get to 95th. She's like, they got him. So the cop has them pulled over at 95th. The guy pulls up, gets out of the car. First, I swear it seems like he got out. He was about to pull out his pistol. And because she was like, no, don't do that. And I'm like, are you really about to pull out a pistol and the cops are out trying to get, like, what the fuck is going on in people's heads, right? He gets out and has like a L-shaped wood beam, and breaks their back window out and goes to break. So then the guy, the driver of the car that took off, who probably took the bucket, he gets out and he's ready to fight, and the cops start to try to stop them from fighting, and they're arguing, and the girl that threw the brick is talking about killing motherfuckers. And then, now the police are coming from everywhere. The guy gets back in the car, and him and old girl pull off, and the cops let them go, and I'm like, wait, he just broke their windows out.
Cops let them go.
And the cops
The cops was like, wait a minute, hold on, I ain't got to do all that.
Yeah.
And they got in their car and took off.
and took off. So this was what
Damn.
This is what, but this, and looking deeper into it. And I saw, and I'm gonna bring this. I'm going along with this, y'all. So just keep a hold of me.
All right.
Now you have the things that took place, and this is just a conversation I had this morning. I was watching some brothers on Facebook I like to enjoy talking about different topics, and they were talking about abortion and going on about how women, if women are pregnant, how, financially or whatever, it's on both the male and the female, but how can it just be a woman's choice if she's going to keep the baby or not? Which for me, hey, brothers, guess what? We can't win them all. Like, you know what? We win a lot.
Right.
Like, we can't say, like, Ryan, you're white, right? And not just putting it on you, but like one of the things I say, like, if you're a white person and you have power, you're not really going to just want to be like, here's 50%, right? You got hella W's, right? I'm a black male, so yes, there's some stuff holding me down, but I'm still a male, so I have W's being a male. Then we get mad because women got this one W that really isn't good. Because guess what? If I got pregnant, I don't have to spend 9 months with this motherfucker.
Right.
I mean, if I impregnate someone, I ain't got to spend 9 months. I don't have to risk my life giving birth to this motherfucker. My family doesn't
lose money because now you can't really work.
Yeah, my family doesn't.
Even just little things, going to the doctor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm out here look, I'm in the club. She taking care of the baby.
Right.
And we sitting there like, but I need to be telling.
Swollen feet and shit.
But see, let me bring it all the way back. The real problem with some of this, too, is who the fuck are you fucking with? And those two guys that were in the cars with those girls, and I'm not putting it on those guys, I'm putting it on those four who they're both fucking. These guys, you in the car with a woman that's telling you to drive up to a situation that has nothing to do with you so y'all can world star it, and then y'all get into an argument, the motherfucker hit you with a brick, and the woman's first thought is chase them and the police down again. And you think about these, and these are couples. This isn't like us four hanging out.
Yeah.
This is the motherfuckers you spend the night with, and they're in your head all the time, and they're telling you fuck shit.
But
Yeah.
typically people are attracted to people that they are like.
That's a good point. So and then to get to the
The
point,
guys are fuck boys too.
yes, that's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because look, the first guy clearly took a bucket boy's bucket, right? So but
Who
then,
does that?
And then, but look,
real.
who wants to be with that person?
Right.
That's great. Look, yeah, if you 18, 17,
Only
doing
another idiot.
yeah, dude, but these motherfuckers are in their 20s, right?
Even 18 sounds
they look
old.
older than
I was about to say, they may have been 30.
Yeah, they look older than that.
What 30-year-old motherfuckers running around like we still in buckets, right?
Yeah, shorty, come on, come here.
I hate these bucket
And then-
boys.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you something. Snatch.
And then, yeah.
And take off. Go.
Take one of those buckets.
Look, and I had a dude, we were down here 2000 for New Year's Eve at Navy Pier. Crazy. When everybody thought the computers were going to stop. And a partner of he wasn't my partner, he was a friend of the group. He took a homeless man's cup.
Oh.
And I got on his ass. Like
with his money in it?
it was full of fucking change. Dude, it was a big gulp. That bitch was heavy. It was probably, that motherfucker may have weighed a pound. Yeah, he just took it. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Right? Like that shit's not fucking cool.
Yeah.
I couldn't get it. You gotta think how deep it was. Like there was no place to move. Like we're like down here. It wasn't like I could get back to this old man or whatever. I think he put the cup down or whatever. I can't remember. But still, but anyway, let me get all the way back to what I was talking about the guys. My whole point is your choices of who the fuck you with. So even going with, yes, I don't have to worry. And it's funny hearing these dudes talk. I remember being a young man and having pregnancy scares or whatever. And I feel like I kind of just knew the game. And my first reaction was never like, so what the fuck you gonna do then? Right? Or
What you gonna do?
you gonna kill the baby or what? Like it was the first thing. Let me educate y'all, but for all you young fellas out there, the first thing you do is get really cool, and I don't mean cool as in distant cool, but understanding cool.
Yeah.
Get cool in the motherfucking. Like, what do you want to talk? Let's talk about it. Yeah. You start trying to do your angles later.
Well, you trying to figure out what's going to happen.
But you don't ever hit, especially a woman with the plan right in the front. When you know objection may take place, because then then no one's ever listening to the other person for the most part. You got to be reasonable than a motherfucker.
Two things you don't say.
Mm-hmm.
That baby ain't mine. And what you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that.
Yes.
Just say,
You was fucking so and so too.
yeah. You know what's happening. Just say, you know what? Well, let's talk about it.
Yes.
That's what you say. Let's talk about it. Don't say that baby ain't mine. And what the fuck are you gonna do?
Now it may come to a point you may have to do that, but that's weeks if not months later.
Right.
Not the
That's at the
initial
end.
reaction.
Yeah, that's
Not the initial reaction. No, you got to build to that investigation.
No. So
You know what I'm saying?
So when I was saying this after this morning, and I'm like, but the real thing is like, who are you fuck? Like, if I gotta argue about a woman about having a kid, man, that shit, or not having a kid, that shit is on me.
Yeah.
The fuck was I doing with my dick?
Who you laying with?
Yeah, who am I laying with unprotected? Not saying accidents don't happen, but unprotected sex, and I'm throwing it on the line like that shit on me. You should be, especially unprotected sex with someone that you do not mind having a kid with in the back of your mind. Like, do I really care? And I know this. I'm being stupid by saying this, right? Because that's not talking about raising a kid or anything. I'm just saying, like in layman's terms, if you're just out there fucking enjoying yourself and you're unprotected, you should have that thought in the back of your motherfucking head.
Like, I don't mind if she get knocked up. She's actually a very good one.
Yes,
She's a good one.
exactly. You
Yeah.
like so. I guess the
That's the best way to go about it, but
to put a button on it, think about who you spend so much time with. All right, because those people are affecting your thoughts and you theirs. And if they ain't on shit, you not gonna be on shit. And on top of it, if you don't want to have a motherfucking kid with them, man, just let them give you oral sex. I'm saying that for men and women. Get some orals.
Or just put on a rubber.
Yeah, they may break. Yeah, you said you didn't.
No, not me. Not me. That was fine.
Damn, it's gushy. I thought it was dry. I think I got a turtleneck. I think I got a turtleneck. All right, speaking of sex, Lamar Odom admits he slept with more than 2,000 women and regrets cheating on his ex-wife.
Lamar Odom says he's had sex with more than 2,000 women, but he's not bragging about it. He says it's part of a problem he has with sex addiction. Lamar's opening up about this thing in his new book, saying sex addiction has been a problem in his life for years and years and years. It started with a porn addiction, but he says he's watched so much porn, he kind of ran out of new material. But it didn't stop with porn. He's had sex with lots of women. It became a problem in his marriage with Khloe Kardashian. He admits he cheated on her and she found out. Obviously, that was a huge problem. He says that the sex addiction went hand in hand with his drug addiction because one fueled the other. But we shot him recently, and he says, look, man, he's trying to get help with these issues, and he believes he's winning the war on his addictions right now. So good for Lamar Odom, but still shocking information in his new book.
Let it go, Lamar.
Oh,
Just let it go, bro.
He misses Rob.
Okay. Is Rob miss? I haven't even seen.
Oh, they
Rob.
were like really close, weren't they?
Yeah, he said how he misses Rob, and that's the one thing he hates the most.
Oh,
That's why can't he be cool with Rob?
Well, he just feels like he can't be as close with them anymore because of that matzah of a relationship fail.
I mean, would you still hang out with your sister's
Yes, I probably would.
ex-husband?
If he was like, you got to think to me. Now, they don't have, look, this is too different. It doesn't matter if this happens or not. I think once someone, this didn't happen with them, has blood in your family, they family. Now, if he didn't, if
They
he
ain't got no kids together.
I know, so I just said they didn't
okay,
have kids
okay,
together.
right,
But I
right.
was going to say this. If you have established a real relationship with them and their split wasn't from abuse, now, I don't know if she could say he was verbally abusive, but we didn't hear about that relationship being an abusive relationship outside of his abuse on himself.
Yeah, how about,
So I wouldn't have a problem. Like if I was Chloe, they probably need each other. I'd be like, you need to go hang out with Lamar as long as he ain't getting high. You know, like I would like no. Why would I stop them?
You know what? Maybe they get back together.
Why would I don't know if he could take care of Tristan. Tristan boy is still young, whippersnapper. He may put that bruising on Lamar. Give him that Canadian bukin. Get away from my son. Bolts. Like, woo. Tristan done took that shit he took what Lamar did to another. Lamar was at least a star or a quasi-star in the NBA. Tristan Thompson was a nobody with a nice
my
deal.
gosh.
And he got so much trim off of Chloe.
He did.
Damn, he got so much. Shout out to Tristan Thompson.
He made so much money
How about-
because of hanging with LeBron James too.
Hey, but that's how he got Chloe. That's
Exactly.
part of the
She
treat.
loves just falling in love with NBA players right away.
Hey,
She has a type.
Yeah. She's a tall woman. She wants a tall man.
She loves the dark chocolate.
She don't like the dark chocolate, Sydney. She like the little caramel on it.
Same to me.
You don't see her with a ton of
She just like chocolate.
a ton of
my point.
diamond. You know what? A ton of Africans out there now. All right. Sex addiction and drug abuse. All right. The former NBA star who famously married, whose family was married to Khloe Kardashian before splitting up amid a series of cheating scandals, opens up about his emotional, painful sexual history in his new memoir, Darkness to Light. I am a sex addict, Odom writes in excerpts published by People on Wednesday, adding, I've been obsessed with sex for as long as I can remember. Odom, 39, claims that he slept with more than 2,000 women in his life. I think that's pretty low for him. And that his liaisons were frequently women he paid to have sexual encounters. I really do frown upon this.
So he was paying for sex.
There were too many strippers to count. The troubled athlete admits, it wasn't a big deal, but I often would pay them. I never thought about it. Now, of course, some people pay so they don't have to worry about dealing with you afterwards.
Yeah.
Simple business
That's the
transaction.
best way to do it.
Man, if I'm Lamar Odom, do you know how much fucking free trim I'll be getting?
Oh, I'm sure he could probably get that, but maybe he was like, I just want to take care of it right quick.
You know how much free trim I've had in my life without being 7 foot and an NBA player?
But you know
and
what?
you telling me we're multiplying? Listen, I'm going to tell you this.
He got the bread to trick it off.
If I was him,
He got the bread to trick it.
I would have probably have been with 5,000 women. Probably. By 40 years old,
How many would have been free?
probably 4,000.
Okay. So you would have paid 4,000.
No, I mean, I think if we're having parties, and stuff, I would probably be paying for you.
What the fuck?
You're not an NBA player. I got to pay for you to get your sex. I know I'll be paying for Sid. And Sid would be going overboard and shit. I was like, that wasn't in the deal. They were like, Sid pushed us to the limit. I'm like, damn it. Here's 1,000.
My overtime. Shit.
Shit, Sydney. You keep putting us in the negative. Okay. According to Odom, his addiction to sex was exacerbated with substance abuse and vice versa, leading to a kind of positive feedback loop. Sex was a trigger for me doing drugs, Odom recalls, because you double up on the good things, the good feeling good.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I remember I watched it was a news hit about sex addiction, and I was like, who can really, like, I love sex. I love sex a lot. I don't know if I'm addicted to it, but it was a girl, and she was like, listen, I would sit in the room and I would just masturbate, and I would just do it all day. Like, I would like not go to work because I had to have that feeling.
Whoa.
I'm like, whoa, okay, that is addiction.
Yes, it is.
That's addiction. Like, whoa, I never heard anything like that before.
Yeah, that's way overboard.
Yeah, so I
Go
mean,
in the
that's
bathroom, get your check, but go in the bathroom.
she's like, I just wouldn't. I think she was a model.
Pretend you smoke. Come on.
I think she was a model, and she was like, yeah, I wouldn't even. It's all in the microphone, huh?
I apologize.
You could-
I mean, no, if she a model,
She's a model. She was a model. And she was like, "Yeah, I would
I
like
wish I went with a model that was addicted to sex.
I would miss." I mean, but
I'll be over to get you
You
straight.
might not be allowed to leave the house, though.
I know, right? Like, I want it now. I want to. I mean, she was talking about how she masturbates so much. I mean, she
I
just
can leave
had
the
to
house
hear
then
that.
while she's masturbating.
Yeah,
You about to go? You got your fingers ready?
Hey, but
Your tools are set?
But she wasn't bringing in the money. She wasn't bringing in half of the bacon. Shit, she was like, I would miss like photo shoots because I wanted to stay in the house and I had to have that feeling. So I guess it's
What
true.
other issue did she have? I'm being
No,
facetious.
that was the only one. I don't think she had like a drug addiction, anything like that. No,
They give some drugs in that house too.
possibly. I mean, anything is possible.
Like you getting that dark kind of tube where it's just like jerk. I think maybe a little bit something else over in there. I'm just saying. I
I don't know. I mean, but
A
you
little
know,
bit of PEDs.
I'm just saying, maybe something.
gotta keep going.
I can hear.
I need that feeling.
But well, hopefully Lamar is getting the help that he needs, and he's on the straight. It seems like he's on the straight and narrow path. I haven't heard.
What a
anything.
turnaround from that helicopter ride.
He said
years
Odom,
ago.
Odom explains in
Yeah.
his memoir that he managed to break the chain of substance abuse. This one was
Yeah.
from Ryan also, this Lamar thing. And it's drug-free, but admits that he's still an addict, and he still faces his challenges when it comes to his vices and impulses.
I don't know. Maybe they should get back together. It seems
No.
she really loved him.
But he doesn't need that.
You don't
You
think-
know what? I
It's not a real
don't
relationship.
follow any Kardashian
You don't
shit.
even be in that atmosphere no more.
like,
You don't
I'll
think
tell you
so?
this. I don't really open up things Kardashian wise. That shit comes on my phone like 3 days out of the week and multiple times. And it's a lot of Chloe. And I'm like, what the fuck is Chloe doing, right? And just the notifications on my phone, like, and I don't even look at this shit just from news sites that I follow.
Yeah.
And to your point, he doesn't need to be in that. Like with his, because look, he said this. He said initially, as far as in their relationship, he said that
Because I would think another thing is the limelight not being on him has helped him a lot to get away
Probably.
from those vices. And
Yeah,
then you go
probably.
with Chloe, you're right back on the show.
Yeah, yeah, possibly.
And then it's suddenly
Possibly.
millions and millions of women see you.
Yeah.
Odom explains that at the start of our marriage, I was faithful to her, but things spiraled out of control because he could not handle the lethal cocktail of the spotlight, addiction, and the diminishing career and infidelity. Like, dude, it's like it's on
Too much
You know,
for him.
and he's an introvert.
He is.
Like you can see when you watch the show, like he's an introvert. And look, where the fuck is Kanye? Why Kanye can't reach out to Lamar?
He was at the fashion show. They were together.
Man, that was 3 years ago.
Well, maybe they probably still hang out.
Like shit.
I can see Kanye still hanging out.
I'll be
with him.
cutting. Motherfuckers be cutting people.
I don't-
You my man's. Not today.
You know what?
Right.
You're not
It
cool.
wouldn't surprise me if they probably still close to each other though.
I bet they were not.
But remember, he's saying that he doesn't want that limelight, and Kanye is just as big, and he stays in the limelight. Maybe it's kind of like off to the side. I think a lot of people were surprised when they saw him at the fashion show 3 years ago. It was like, damn, and this is when he.
But that
like,
was when he
fresh
just
out. He was
that's
fresh
just-
out.
But that's when he was basically Chloe had the power of attorney on his ass
Oh,
because he was fresh. Like he was
he was right out of.
he was still semi kind of handicapped.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. He was
It's
right at the hospital.
amazing
He was
how
right at
the
hospital.
turnaround he's made.
Ken, Jesus.
face.
Really, man. He was in a coma. Wasn't he?
Good.
Wasn't he in a coma?
Yes, that motherfucker was in a coma. He saw the light.
He was like breaths away
fucking coma.
from meeting the Lord.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, he's damn near dead.
Tell us the future.
What was it like on the other side?
Endgame's gonna be great.
Man, phase 4 is a motherfucker. I mean, phase 5, you can't wait to face phase 7. Look, I realized something too. I know the next Marvel superhero that's going to have a big time death.
Ooh,
Who?
Peter Parker. That's hot. They're gonna
Spidey?
They're gonna. This is
Really?
This is 8 years from now. I'm telling y'all right now. Keep this right. Keep this down.
Oh, introduce Miles Morales?
Yep.
Oh.
Whenever you first see Miles Morales in Marvel MCU, the clock is ticking on whoever's playing Spider-Man.
They already kind of set that off because Donald Glover's role was his uncle in the first Spider-Man. So he's already kind of like in the universe.
As soon as he pops up and Spidey saves him one day walking down the street, he's like, "My name's Miles Morales. I'm Puerto Rican black."
Yeah.
Then you know.
Yeah.
Spidey's the next one out.
What, phase 7 probably then?
You got about what, 2 more Spidey movies because they're doing 4. They're doing 4.
They doing 4 of them?
Yeah, 2 more
There's
Spidey.
2, right?
They
The second one's coming out next month.
2 more Spidey movies, and Spidey's going to be him and Captain Marvel are going to be Captain America and Tony basically moving forward as
Possibly.
the characters that
kind of build around whatever like
Was
that.
Homecoming the first one?
Yes.
Of his?
Yeah. Now this one's Far From Home. when they introducing the multiverse. But that's a good call though, because Donald Glover's his character was Miles
They're not gonna
Morales'
have him at the
uncle.
same time like that for a long. They may be initially, but no. When you see him, Spidey, and then you could they're going to kill Spidey.
That'd be interesting though, because Sony has the cartoon. I guess it doesn't matter, but I wonder if they have the rights over Miles Morales.
I don't know. I mean, because they're working. I couldn't tell you that. I can't. I don't have that information. I mean, Sony will. Sony will seem like they would want to do it themselves. But look at what but look at what you're getting with working with Disney and the DCU out of it.
Automatic hit.
Yeah, and you're making I'm sure financially you're almost doing pretty well with this situation. So we'll see. Pakistani doctor held after 437 children diagnosed with HIV.
Hundreds of people in this village, mostly children, were recently diagnosed with HIV after a doctor repeatedly used a contaminated syringe. Authorities are still investigating whether the cases are a result of malicious intent or gross negligence. Either way, the local epidemic is indicative of the poor state of health services in some areas of the country. Experts warn the HIV infection rate is likely to surge due to the often unsanitary use of equipment, frequent medical malpractice, and undertrained doctors. Though Pakistan long had some of the lowest infection rates of HIV, it is rapidly expanding. With some 20,000 new cases diagnosed in 2017, the country now has the second fastest growing HIV rate in Asia.
Whoa.
This is what Sydney Brown brings. 6 Sydney. I'm joking. A few months ago, Fatima Iman came down with a persistent fever. So her father, Saeed Shah, took the infant to a few doctors, including a local specialist in Rato Dior, a small city in the Pakistani south. But the visit seemed only to worsen the 16-month-old girl's condition. In February, a doctor told Shah his daughter was persisting with symptoms of HIV. On the 1st of March, her results, this is also from The Guardian, her results came back. They doubled and triple-checked, and it was told us that Fatima is suffering from HIV, Shah said. Shah says his daughter was the first child to be diagnosed in what has become an HIV epidemic in the district, with doctors in the area on Friday declaring that the number of affected people had crossed 500, including at least 437 children.
Wow, in Pakistan?
Yep, police have arrested Rataturo's children's specialist, Musafar Gangagaro, and are investigating his role, including whether he was infected and anybody intentionally or recklessly. Ganagaro, who has AIDS, has been accused by at least 10 families of treating their children with used syringes, said Satarji Jaharmari, a police officer in the city. He said that he didn't do anything intentionally, Gaharo said, that it was his statement to the police. But 4 kids have died and their parents have blamed the doctor for killing them, Jaharo said. The specialist whose medical qualifications are unknown will be presented in court on the 21st.
Is Pakistan considered a third world country? I wouldn't think so.
Probably not all of it. But
Yeah,
I'm sure parts of it.
Pakistan is pretty.
Yeah, I'm sure parts.
I'm sure,
it's
but
pretty
I'm sure.
fine. But no, the only reason why I say that is because, unfortunately, you do have an AIDS epidemic or an HIV epidemic still going hard in some countries, but those countries are typically very poor countries. And they don't have the contraception. They probably have other beliefs, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like stopping it, you know what I'm saying? Like either stopping the spread of it. But my God, if he's using used syringes on all these kids and he's a pediatrician, basically, is what it sounds like. It's like, I'd use this on Jimmy. I'm gonna use it on, Susie over here. What the fuck?
Yeah. My God. Monster.
Whoa. But this is a question though. Maybe I didn't get this. Or
It's
maybe
not
it
all.
missed-
It's not definitely. They definitely have Metropolis.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Maybe I missed this in the story. But was this like an intentional thing?
They don't know yet. They said they don't know if it was reckless or intentional.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the end of it.
I mean, he could be just trying to save these other kids or trying to help these other kids, but it's like, I just got to use these same needles, and the needles are infected. Wow.
I guess it would depend then what is the availability of needles with this guy.
60% of the children are less than 5 years old.
That's why I asked about if it's a third world country. I mean, you ask about
Right.
finances. Do they have the ability to get needles in, fresh and brand new things? So,
But then you also
Locals
wonder,
subscribe-
if
locals-
you are going to transfer HIV as a doctor, you should know right away, like, I'm not helping him.
Yeah.
Locals describe a mode of fear in the district as health workers test as many as 1,000 people each day to ascertain the scale of infection. The figure was 450 positive cases on Thursday, but grew by at least 100 throughout the following day.
Yes.
not to get off topic, but when I was reading this story, we all at the age that remember the story of Ryan White in 1988, right?
Yeah.
Ryan White.
The quilt.
He died
One of the
because
first
of
significant. He was a child that was infected by HIV. Because unfortunately,
I don't know if I remember this.
you don't remember Ryan White? He was.
What year was it?
Michael
1988.
Did Michael Jackson meet him? Like he been on Oprah. This white boy. His mother was on there with him. They had
Ryan
this
White?
quilt. They had this quilt that they made. But
He was on the cover of People magazine.
he was a turning point on AIDS not being this gay disease. Unfortunately,
He got to do a blood transfusion.
I think I remember this.
so that's part of the reason that it was allowed to blow up because it was a child, how they viewed it, and not some male basically that deserved it, how people look at it through their religious views back in those days and even to this day right now.
Okay.
But yeah, before Magic, he
Blood
was the
transfusion.
first person before Magic. He was
Yeah. Okay, I remember.
Yeah, I was thinking about him when I read this story, and I said, if someone was reckless, as we talked about before a deal, like if you have the information like we do in this country about contraceptions and things of that nature, it's your fault if you choose to have unprotected sex.
I mean,
but
but-
when it affects children like this, they have no control over it.
Well, also too, you gotta look at it in this district. Don't know the district like that, but he might be like the only pediatrician. People could probably be. I'm just speculating here. People could probably be taking them to the doctor. Yeah, we're going to just see Doctor whoever, and
That's pretty sad if that's the case.
They don't know. And
I
like
mean,
I said,
that's how areas are.
yeah. I mean, they have the one
That's
doctor.
how America
Like,
was
we
back in
over
the
here-
day.
That's it. You had the one doctor in the whole city damn near, and that was it. And unfortunately, in this case, we don't know if it was reckless or was on purpose. But you only have a few supplies, and you constantly using these supplies. And then now you look up like, oh shit, it's an epidemic going on. And in this case, it's an HIV epidemic.
My thing is just this: children, periods, but children definitely at that age of 5 and younger, they have no control, of it, no power of choice, and it's just like, hey, something's wrong here.
Damn, that is sad.
It breaks my heart. It really does.
That's sad.
I
That
heard a
motherfucker
couple,
better stay in jail.
I heard
'Cause I know I would kill him.
Damn.
a couple weeks ago, month ago, I think like they found the first successful person treated for HIV where he's completely cured through stem cells.
Well, it happened before. A few years ago was the first time they thought that they finally got it where you didn't find any inside of them whatsoever. But yeah, it's
Always coming.
well,
That might be the only silver lining here, that maybe one day in the future.
well, Magic already has it. Okay, you laughing?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. You think he's cured?
Have you ever seen Magic Johnson smile?
He always smiles.
But did you see what it did to a white America? It took the NBA from tape delay to prime fucking time.
Well, you can't
do you
do Magic.
think the white man was gonna let that smile die? I'm serious. Do you think in sunny LA? I love LA. That's like Magic. No, those doctors was like, are we gonna give it to him? It's like it's black, but it was like, but it's Magic.
It's showtime.
Exactly. It's the Magic Man. He came up in that motherfucker. Man,
Hey, guys.
Come on.
Hey,
Listen, wait. Imagine the only person that has the AIDS is undetectable, and you think that
I'm sure it's
he
probably
got
other
the
people.
regular shit.
I'm sure. Oh, he probably has the best. He probably has the best medicine. I haven't heard anything coming out saying that
regular
they haven't found like he's cured of it.
Listen, that motherfucker came back to the NBA
Played, yeah.
and still look, man. When the last time you seen Magic? About a month ago, leaving the Lakers, telling him fuck them. How good he looked.
He look
Looked
good.
fantastic, don't he?
He look good.
Not
Magic
a,
looks
not
good.
a tinge of AIDS,
Is he 60?
HIV.
Is Magic 60?
It's 60, yeah.
Yeah, he hit like retired age and it has stayed the same.
And then look, is in
since
better
then.
health now than
it's
his
called
ass
being
was
rich
a
as
decade
fuck.
ago. He used to have a bit more gut than what he has right now.
Oh, he's been on some pounds. But this is a question real quick before we go off about AIDS. Do you think they'll you know how the medicine world, especially here in America, how they basically don't want to cure shit, they just want to kind of
Make money off of
it?
Yeah.
Do you think they look at AIDS as kind of like maybe polio? Like we gotta get rid of this?
No, they
You think
don't.
they're gonna probably have something like, oh yeah, they suppress the AIDS?
Unfortunately, no.
They already do that kind of now with the AIDS medicine right now. It's like well beyond what it used to be.
Unfortunately, no, because like Ken just said, that the amount of money that you're making off of people getting sick. The old saying goes, you can't afford to be sick because you put them on all these drugs. That's how these companies make their money.
Let me
I
like
think
this, though.
too
Let me ask
many
you this.
people around the world are affected by this, especially
But
you
you know
look
what
at
more
Africa.
people are affected by?
Hunger?
Cancer.
Cancer. Well,
And you know
but that's
what?
a choice.
But
It's kind of a thing, though. That's what we eat, what we smoke. You know what I'm saying? That's
not everything as
you
far
already
as
have cancerous cells. It's kind of like
yeah,
in
but
your body, and
the
it's gonna
point.
develop.
But I'm just saying this: there are more people, medical professionals, pharmacists, professionals, pharmacist executives that are touched by cancer
Oh
than HIV. And not to say that they have a cure for cancer, but you know damn well.
There's so many versions of cancer too.
I agree. But I'm just saying cure one. All right?
I feel you.
Cure one.
Yeah.
And if you don't think that they would, that would supersede, all right, their close relationship to the loved one over the money, no, they wouldn't do that shit for fucking HIV. What the fuck? Look, people still looking like HIV to a certain degree gets done by them. Like, oh, what you do to get it, right? Like, for real, that's people still have that narrow frame of mind.
They do.
But see, I'm just the point that I'm making real quick. But people don't view cancer like that because of even to the point of what you said. Cancer isn't something that you did to yourself.
Well, you smoke, you get lung cancer.
But I'm saying cancers that are not life. Take that out.
Right.
I'm talking.
That's my point. Is so many of them.
Yeah, but so I'm not talking about a cancer from something you did to yourself.
Okay.
But as far as because nowadays we know through blood transfusions, there's not the same risk as there was like Arthur Ashe.
Oh, true.
Right. Back then, of course, you would feel sorry for somebody if they get, but usually people look at it as that you did something, you were fucking around, you caught HIV, so they don't have the sympathy that they would have for something like that.
I'm gonna go oppo on it. I think because of the death toll, and you have stories like this, and you have countries over in Africa.
Death toll?
No, not death toll.
Like
but
here,
not.
Think about this also.
Let me walk that back. Maybe not death toll,
Yeah.
but how many people are affected? You have stories
But here,
like this.
it's you live with it.
Here, that's what I'm.
But they don't
here
care
it-
about the third world countries, D. Ain't nobody trying to cure nothing. I mean, honest.
Polio was like
But that was
wiping out
because
folks.
of us. They didn't cure polio to take care of Africans. They cured polio to save Americans.
I'm sure if we can look it up.
Yeah.
What's the stat? What's the rate of Americans that are affected yearly with HIV? Like, what's the numbers?
I know cancer is higher.
Oh, cancer probably is higher.
Well, it's probably other disease, but the point that I'm still making, when you're saying that, look at here in a first world country what our issues are. No, because no one's what you're saying is what they should do.
I'm looking at AIDS as a world epidemic. I think AIDS is a world epidemic.
I'm not arguing that, but because it's a world epidemic, and let's just think about how it's ravaged Africa, ain't nobody worried about saving no fucking Africans. You know that. How many wars go on and motherfuckers be like, but what about over there? Be like, the blackies? No,
I'm not saying that you're wrong, but
yeah.
as far as people, how people view Africans and our brothers and
I'm just
sisters.
talking about the money. That none of these drug companies do this out of morality. They do this off of profit. And the last thing,
that's 100%. I agree with you on that.
So no one's going to sit there and be like, I gotta save Africa.
I look at AIDS as a world epidemic that has ravaged this world literally for the past 30 to 40 years or 20 to 30 years.
People don't
maybe?
view that like that anymore.
Because
of Magic Johnson.
Because of the new drug. But that's just Magic Johnson.
I'm joking on him. I'm joking, but I'm talking about the fact that people live with it. Like, think about how the story, when we grew up, that was the last thing you wanted.
Yeah.
So, but people don't view that the same. Like, if people did, these kids wouldn't be fucking raw like they do.
Yeah, I think it's about 39,000 newly infections per year is what I'm seeing.
In America?
Yeah.
Yeah, since 2016. This is from HIV.gov. Approximately 1.1 million people in the U.S. are living with HIV. About 50% of them, 1 in 7 are aware they are infected.
And also said approximately 38,700 people became newly infected with HIV in the United States in 2016 after about 5 years of substantial declines. The number of annual HIV infections began to level off in 2013 to about 39,000 per year.
Motherfuckers ain't strapping up.
But he also talk about how it is an uprise in. This is so weird. There's a kind of an uprise in STDs.
The old folks.
But yeah, because old people, that's what they do. They ain't got nothing else to do.
No, anyway. This AIDS ain't gonna catch me before Father Time.
It's an uprise in it's an uprise in
Come on, Deaf AIDS, yeah.
It's an uprise in
Beach AIDS.
It's an uprise in STDs, but at least within not millennials. Maybe what's Gen X after us? Whatever. Younger people. Young people. They're having less sex. So it's very fascinating how
they're having unprotected sex too.
A lot more.
A lot more. Yeah. They're not.
They're not having as much sex. But
when's the last condom commercial you saw?
Oh, I haven't seen a condom commercial in a long time. I don't see that many
Trojan commercial. It's got to be
Trojan, man. When's the last time you heard that?
No, you know what commercial?
They don't run like that. Like they used to be.
Show you. They show the sex juices, his sex juice to her, but they never show you.
I see the KY.
But guess
I see the KY commercials.
They not putting no condom. They not putting that on no condom. They putting that shit on dry meat. Okay.
He usually shows like a married couple.
That's it. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
That's not who they trying to sell it all to.
No,
I forgot what I was watching. It
Not
was
at all.
like months ago. It was a specific event online, like basketball or something, but probably not basketball. It was like condom commercial after condom commercial. I forgot what it
Really?
was. I was like, man,
That shit was trying
apparently
to tell
the
you,
youths
trying to tell you something. That was the Lord, Brian. He said,
Let's
Ryan.
Let's send Ryan some messages.
They'll only watch these damn sports.
I heard you were in I heard you were in the northern wilderness living a wild life. It's time to come back to the city and protect yourself.
Yeah, I haven't seen a condom commercial in years. I can remember last
Probably
time.
saw one or 2 years ago.
He said 1 or 2 years.
But you're right.
You know, the funny thing is we don't need them no
But
more.
one thing though, I don't get really commercials anymore.
Because you're watching off.
Yeah,
of,
I'm streaming everything.
Yeah, that's
nowadays.
what. Yeah, I wonder because of how
I
many
definitely
people
declined in my commercial.
like how many
viewing.
like people streaming stuff.
Wait.
What commercials do you see?
Think about this though. Who streams mostly? Younger people, right?
Yes.
And
True.
you still get ads at the beginning of that streaming, and they don't want to put no, they don't want to waste no money and put no condoms in. Like, these motherfuckers ain't buying these shits. Like, hey, this is the demo we want to sit there and pitch you. They're like, dumb motherfuckers are not buying my condoms. Hell to
Get me a new demo.
Exactly.
They'll push a commercial for not smoking, but they won't push a commercial about using the
I
rubber.
need this to be on the golf for Sunday for the baby boomers.
Don't smoke.
Those divorcees need condoms.
Bare dicks, those are okay.
Trojan man. That was the only kind of commercial I remember too. All right,
Go
what
get
you
me a
got?
lambskin condom and go old school.
Oh, Charlie Sheen.
Did you ever know, motherfucker? I used to know dudes that used to be like, man, I only use lambskin condoms. Like, oh, you like the AIDS. Membrane. You ever heard of a membrane?
I think that's
Well, that
how
was the
Charlie
original.
Sheen
I know,
got
but I'm
HIV.
talking about in the 90s, bro.
No, I think that's how Charlie Sheen got HIV because he used lambskin
You
condoms.
really think that's how
No,
Charlie
I
Sheen?
think that was
You
part of
really
it.
I
think?
think he was just raw dog.
Yeah, you really think Charlie Sheen was like,
But there was
listen.
something like he was allergic to latex, so he was doing that or something like
Yeah,
that.
okay.
Okay.
He had lambskin condoms. I bet you he wasn't using them motherfuckers every time.
Dragon
I gotta
blood.
find the story.
What was talking about? He had dragon blood or some shit.
Tiger blood.
Tiger blood or some shit
Oh,
like
that
that.
shit was the shit. If that was around the time we met it, that was the fucking shit.
That from voicemail.
Yeah,
What was
whatever. When he lost his fucking mind and left that show.
it? Which was better, Mel Gibson or
No,
Charlie
Sheen,
Sheen?
because Mel Gibson was full of hate.
That shit was kind of
Yeah,
funny.
he was a
Nah,
hater.
It was hateful. It was hateful to the motherfucker. It
For a
was
motherfucker
hateful.
saying that you about to
But
get
that-
raped by a band of black N-words is
Wait
not.
a minute. What? I don't
Remember
remember
Mel
that
Gibson
one.
talking to his wife like, why the fuck do you got that on? You're gonna get raped by a band of. You don't remember that? No, you heard it. I promise you heard it. We were on the same I am thing. You heard that when Mel Gibson was talking about his ex.
He said that about black folks.
Hell yeah.
I know he don't like the Jews.
He was like, no. He was like,
They were all
how you dress.
Yeah, he was
He's like, how you
excommunicated
dress.
for a while.
He was like, how you let him back in?
well, he is kind of back. I didn't let him back.
Never in my life.
I don't know.
Listen, great thing about me, never watched The Passions. I knew then what the deal was.
Oh,
Never watched
I went to the movies to go.
You was
see
one of them
Pastor.
motherfuckers.
But this is the thing though. This is the thing though. I went with a girl.
Change your life.
I went with a girl.
The fuck type of day movie is that?
I don't know. She wanted to see it. She wanted to see it. She wanted to see it.
I'm trying to fuck and you want to
No,
go
no, no,
watch
no.
the motherfucking Resurrection.
She was my homegirl. We wasn't even messing with her. She wanted to go see it. It was just my homegirl from college. But yeah, we went to go see it. It was the craziest thing. Because a lot of people, it was people in there crying. And I was like, haven't y'all read the Bible? This is what happens. Y'all don't know what's going to happen?
It's visual, boy.
It's visual, yeah.
I just was once I found out.
You never seen Passion of the Christ?
Hell fucking no. Once I knew the casting, I was like, I'm out. Nah, bro. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of the whole thing where it's like, why y'all care about Jesus' color? Why the fuck do you? Right? Like, why? Look, he don't gotta look like me, but I know he don't look like you.
right.
All right.
Did you ever see it?
No.
Have you ever seen it?
No.
Really? I'm the only person that has seen Passion of Christ.
Return
I
to
think
Black Sid. I see you over there.
You know what?
Light skin Ryan.
I think I
I
had
used to argue with my play sister about
I
that
had a
shit.
bootleg version of it too.
God damn.
Bootleg.
I think I just
That was a bullshit. Right, boy.
And you an infidel? The fuck did you have that for? You don't even believe in the Lord, and you like, I need a bootleg of that. Wait, hold up.
I
You
think
was
I
mad
think I
fucking off the
downloaded.
passions, was you? Shawty was doing Netflix and chill with the passion bootleg. Oh yeah,
I got this movie.
Yeah, when they put the thorn of roses on his head, that's when I usually go in for the
I
kill.
had that. I had.
Sinister motherfucker.
Well, that's not surprising.
What type of shit was that?
I had
Bootleg passion.
Yeah, I had that. I had
For the Lord.
I had that. I had Monster.
Damn that Bootleg Passions. That's got to come back for something.
That could be the title of the podcast.
Yeah, that should be. Bootleg Passions.
I had that. I had a bootleg version of Monster.
Oh, that was which one? That was the one with Halle Berry?
Yeah.
No, that's Monster Ball.
Okay.
Monster was one with
yeah, which one is
Charlize Theron.
Oh, yeah, that was good. That was real good.
I just thought
Damn, that fine woman made herself look terrible.
Yeah, she did. I think I should throw them all away too. I found I moved.
Oh, you should throw all that shit out.
Yeah. I had them. You know what? I think I downloaded them and I burned them to a DVD. This when I was like stealing a lot of movies. I think I downloaded Passion of the Christ.
Damn, Shaka, you hear you? You heard that? Shaka about to call the authorities. FBI, go ahead. Hello, FBI.
I think Chanel made me just throw them away. I think I just had them not that long ago.
D
too.
was a mini blockbuster video man back in the day.
Dude, I had
You need passion? I got passion.
Right.
I had Passion of the Christ.
I had that Monster Ball, though.
I should have seen if that movie still worked.
Hallie, though, with what's his name?
Hey, I ain't gonna.
Billy Bob Thornton.
I get deeply personal on that.
Oh,
I do it for the show, so fuck it. Now, mind you, I didn't grow up jerking off. I didn't. I was just very weird. I thought we all were.
yeah, we talked about that.
I
Yeah.
thought we was all being G's and keeping to the code. I didn't know I was being stupid as fuck.
no.
I was dumb. I'm openly saying that, right?
No.
So I didn't ever touch myself until I was damn near basically a grown ass man, right?
You saw Monster Ball?
That must
You saw that couch scene?
something make me feel good.
Whoa. Hallie and Billy. What's his name again? Billy Bob.
In my mind's eye, listen. In my mind's eye, he wasn't there.
I just saw Hallie.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
this sexy old drug addict.
Two
Oh, you in your prime for drug addicts.
2 points on Halle Berry. One, there's another movie. Hold on. There's another movie on Netflix where she gets down and dirty. 2. I forgot the name of that movie. I forgot the name. It was on at my grandmama's house.
I need her to do something nasty though. Like take that D. Not your D. I mean the proverbial D.
Hey,
Like I mean back shots. Literal back shots.
let me see if I can find that movie for you.
Something that plays on Cinemax.
No, it was on
Harder
Netflix.
than that.
It was a Netflix movie, and I think it seemed as if it was in the theaters, but it didn't do good.
Mm-hmm.
But she was dating this white guy. Damn, but Ryan's right there. No. I'm fucking around. No, it was. I forget the name of the movie. Maybe I can find it. But also, too, shout to Halle Berry. It was a young lady who was
And a
covering.
young man.
And a young man, yes. Who was covering John Wick 3. She's in John Wick 3. And they was doing red carpet. And her publicist was kind of not wanting
BS
her.
saying she was about to go. She had to do print.
Print, right. And Halle Berry was like, no, I can't forget my brother and sister. And Halle Berry went over there and gave them our interviews on a red carpet. And it was, way I saw it, it was on Roland Martin YouTube show.
I saw the girl retweeted it.
Yeah.
That's when I saw it.
I saw
Yesterday.
that, and Roland Martin was talking about how publicists, they're predominantly white, and they don't want even black talent to talk to black media. And he was saying, like, black talent needs to step up and do what Halle Berry just did and make sure they do talk to black media. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, shout out to Halle
And that's
Berry.
just from an interracial woman who identifies as being black.
Yes.
She had a viral photo come out a couple days ago, too.
With the Drake lyrics on her?
No, I think it was the topless back tattoo photo.
Wow.
Ooh, man, listen, Halle Berry she's still nice. Yes. I gotta see that John Wick. Everybody, Ken is over here poo-pooing on the John Wick. I keep hearing good things about this John Wick.
I talked to Ben,
Every
a former
one of
coworker
them
of
gets
ours.
crazy good credits,
Yeah.
like crazy good reviews.
I talked to a coworker of ours.
Ben
former
saw it?
coworker. Ben saw the first one, I believe. And I told him my theory.
Shout out to Ben.
I said, man, that shit look like hot garbage. And I said, look, the movie, of course, you're suspending reason in that movie anyway.
Yes.
Right?
It's
And
like
I
a
made the
transporter style movie.
And I said to him,
right?
I told him I saw Taken 3, and he was like, "Oh no!" I was like, "To me, it's like that." And he was like, "Yeah." I mean, the commercial looks like. I mean, for instance, if you're a John Wick fan and you just want to see some shit go blow up and him beat people with literally beat people with bullets, basically, right? That's how it goes.
Did you see Equalizer with Denzel Washington?
Maybe.
I heard about John Wick and Equalizer at the same time. And now I definitely want to go. I wanted to see Denzel Washington. I mean, he's one of my favorite
You had
actors.
to choose between them?
Yeah, I chose Denzel
Okay.
over Keanu Reeves. I did.
But anyway, he was like, the shit looks stupid. And I'm like, yeah, the shit looks stupid.
Ben said it looks stupid too?
Yeah, it looks
I keep hearing great things about it.
I saw the first couple
I haven't seen
just
them.
on a whim.
I don't know.
I didn't think they were anything special. personally.
You saw the first two? Or you
Yeah.
just saw the? Oh, you have seen the first two.
Yeah.
I think I've still seen part of the first one. I fell asleep.
Where did you find this? Was it on cable? Is it on cable now?
Back, I was like living at my mom's at the time. It was just on like one of those cable channels,
TNT or
yeah,
TBS
like
type
something
shit,
on
USA.
demand, and I just picked it up and watched it.
I'm going to find them. I gotta do a book report on them.
He shoots a lot of people. The end.
This is a story of Bjorn Lane D.
Well, wrestling fans in a community on Long Island are mourning the sudden death of a former star.
Yeah, Ashley Massaro was found dead inside her home in Suffolk County yesterday. She wrestled for WWE for 3 years after winning their Diva Search contest. She was just 39 years old.
Ashley Massaro died in apparent suicide of claiming years of depression. Yeah, I know initially when it came out, they didn't say what she had died from. Ryan sent this in. Injuries of depression from injuries suffered from her WWE career. Yahoo. Ashley Massaro died after apparently taking her own life in a heart-wrenching accusation by the women in the years leading to her death. She blamed ongoing bouts of depression and multiple injuries on routine, repetitive blows she suffered to the head while wrestling for the WWE. Sources close to Massaro tell the Blast that the 39-year-old discovered at her home Thursday morning in Smithtown, New York. Massaro worked at a local radio station, and we were told that she failed to show up for work without notice, which raised the red flag.
Yeah, I remember watching her in the WWE, but this is the thing that was crazy. That's crazy about it. She was wrestling when it was more so kind of like the panties and bras and pillow match type stuff. Now that was just on the big time like Raw or SmackDown, whatever like that when that was going on. So I don't know what they was doing on house shows. That's the kind of local shows that kind of go around smaller venues. Maybe she could have been having actual matches. I mean, listen, yes, it is a story.
To be honest with you, if
It's
even
a
someone's
story.
hitting you with I didn't see what
With
you're
a pillow?
talking about. My pillow can fuck you up.
Yeah, they get you right. Yeah, they
Fucking
definitely
you
Well,
can.
that CT just
Yeah,
repetitive.
that's
blows
repetitive.
to the
Yeah.
head.
Pillow.
Now I don't know if it was a pillow fight every night what they was doing, but if they're actually out there working just like the guys working, listen, wrestlers die young. She was 39 years old.
Her career's been over for a minute.
It has, but I think
And I'm not saying that by taking anything away from
but
her.
I think she started wrestling in TNA, another promotion. I'm not sure, but I do remember her seeing from WWE.
What I read, and again, you know more about this than me, she was on one of those tryout shows and made it to WWE.
She was a diva. Oh, she won the Diva Search.
Yeah, that's how she
That's
made
how
it.
she got into
Yeah,
it.
in 05.
05. She won the Diva Search in 05. Yes.
So she wasn't on the TNA, whatever you were saying the other day.
Well, she only worked at WWE for like 3
a year,
years.
yeah, short
About
time.
3 years.
I mean,
short
I
time.
thought you were saying initially she came up.
No.
that way.
She did go to an independent circuit in 2017 after her WWE career.
There you go. So that was just 2 years ago. So that means she was 37 years old. I mean, she's out there. Listen, women's wrestling is not the sexy bra and panty stuff anymore. They're working just like men. They have injury. I mean, they go through the same thing right now. Alexis Bliss, she's a current superstar for the WWE. She hasn't wrestled in a long time because I think Ronda Rousey gave her a concussion. That was I don't know if that's a rumor or not, but she suffered a concussion. This young lady hasn't wrestled in months. She's supposed to be on a big pay-per-view that's happening tomorrow, and they pulled her again, not medically cleared. So
At least they're doing that now.
that's my point. At least the WWE is doing that now, because before it's kind of like
Watch
NFL
Andre the Giant documentary.
Exactly. Just go out there. Hey, can you work? You can work. You know what I'm saying? And they're doing it because they're independent contractors. If you watch the John Oliver take on WWE, you know what I'm saying, I kind of give a little more light to it. But it has changed. I thought, I hate to think that way, but I thought there was probably a suicide because he's talking about pills, he's talking about pain medicine. That's triggering a lot of other things as well. I saw a slew of pictures and people sending condolences on IG, mostly from the female wrestlers and from men too. But no, I was hoping that it wasn't a suicide. But they said they found her at her house and she's 39 years old and she's a wrestler. It's kind of like 1 + 1 = 1 = 3. You know, so it's sad to see. But
it sounds like CT might have been a factor too.
Possibly. Listen, they take bumps. They take bumps just like everybody else. You got to learn how to go through that. And it's very rare that you find wrestlers that are not really injured like that, that's not taking something to try to get through because they know they got to make that next show.
It's the famous Tic Tac bowl of pills that when you walk into the locker room, right?
Yeah.
And you could just get handful and you'll
Right.
feel a lot better.
It is different now. I will give them that. The standards now on their health is a lot different. They could probably do a little bit more. But no, man, that's sad to see. That's sad to hear. Rest in peace to that young lady.
A woman holds a wedding and the aunt's funeral together to cut church costs.
Wow.
This was the one I was thinking I couldn't find. Oh, it hit me. So you were right. All right. One woman preparing for a wedding sadly had to arrange her aunt's funeral at the same time, which meant double the cost. But instead of organizing the funeral first, which is arguably the more pressing issue, the bride-to-be decided to combine it with the wedding. Posting on Facebook, the woman named Santa Maria, the woman from Santa Maria, California, I was going to say, damn, she faked her name off, Santa Maria, California, said the funeral costs had skyrocketed, so she was going to combine the two occasions. She said anyone wanting to say goodbye to Aunt Karen could do so there, and will be an open casket session at one big day. Apparently, Aunt Karen's always loved weddings. In the post shared on Facebook, on her Facebook page, that I'm in this wedding shaming, she wrote, "Dear friends and family of the wedding, some of you may have gotten the news already, but Aunt Karen has sadly passed away from natural causes. We are deeply saddened about her loss, but we promise that we will not cancel the wedding next week." Damn, bitch. In her honor,
she ain't stopping my day.
We know that she will want us to celebrate and have a day filled with love and joy. The bride-to-be then went on to explain her decision to hold the funeral and the wedding. I would also like to add the funeral costs are skyrocketing, and we have an open casket session during some of the wedding processions. Damn. Feel free to stop by during the wedding to say goodbye. She will be on display for those who wish to gain some closure. Remember, even though losing one's love, we can be heartbreaking. There's also joy in celebrating love.
Is this in
Partnership
America?
and Mary, and we are excited to see. She's from California. We're excited to see all of you there on Saturday. Yeah, this is a fucker. This bitch was always about her. It was always about this type of motherfucker, man. She's always about Shotty, shut the fuck up.
Where's the open bar? Next to Auntie Carol over there.
Yeah, motherfuckers got cake and shit.
Listen,
Auntie Carol look good.
You can't even tell me have a certain time when people really just tell me goodbye. I'm on the side note, right? Like, man, we was up in there dancing, man. Then I saw a Curl over there, man. I was like, damn.
I wish you was here.
You have 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes in the afternoon to see Auntie.
Wow. It was because of, but it was because of cost. Was that her mother? I forgot.
Karen.
It was aunt. So this is her auntie.
Okay.
Wow.
Mind you. Wow. Kenneth Davis has buried 3 people. You need any burial information? I got you.
Yeah. I've
seen the cost rise from having to do it back to back, from having to do it in from 1 year and it took maybe 4 to 5 doing it again, and then doing it to back-to-back years, and be like, damn, I just came here last year and you're telling me I have to pay you this much more money. Like, what the fuck is going on here, right? Clearly, I'm gonna tell you what my thoughts are. Aunt Karen probably has some insurance money.
Oh no.
Yeah, you really think now maybe I'm wrong. So she has her wedding set. And she's like, well, we're going to do this for Aunt Karen because I love her? Or was it, damn, I can use some of that money from Aunt Karen's insurance
for the wedding.
For this fucking wedding, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Again, I could be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to take that $5,000 little plan she had, and we're going to get the flowers for my motherfucking wedding and these dresses right.
You do have a point, because if there is insurance money, couldn't you pay for a funeral?
Well, that's why you get it. Tony, hey, Tony, this is why you get life insurance. This is why you
so
get
you
life
won't get buried at a wedding.
Yes, or you
Can they just get it after the fact, though?
Buried in a box.
On the way to the honeymoon, we gonna swim past the cemetery and bury her ass. Then we gonna take it right back off to the
between pictures.
Yeah.
Maybe. All right. Let me I'll play devil's advocate. Maybe the aunt said that she wanted this.
She loves weddings.
She did.
Maybe the aunt said, you know what? Go ahead, baby.
Play that devil's advocate. Guess what? She did.
With the devil.
Yeah. It sounds about right for me. Oh wow. That's not cool. I mean, listen, maybe the family, I don't know. I just never heard anything like that.
She really wanted her day.
Wasn't it?
Yes.
She did. Wasn't it a movie, 3 weddings and a funeral?
Yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. So maybe she saw the movie and she said, I can do this.
Big Hugh Grant fan?
There you go.
That was after having Destiny Brown sex. What happened to Destiny Brown?
Oh, I don't know.
She was a little celebrity for us. I know Sydney know what the fuck I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
You remember Destiny Brown?
She was in she was a light-skinned black lady. She was in all the 80s movies, 90s movies, wasn't
Oh
she?
no, Destiny Brown's the prostitute Hugh Grant was fucking.
Oh.
And got caught.
Oh. Why would you say Sydney would know something?
No, not because he knows prostitutes. He knows little pieces of information like that.
Nah, I'm fucking with you.
So that when I was saying old celebrity name, he's one, and she was infamous, but she was like on a talk show or two back then. So that's why.
Because
it just hit me. I remember her last name was Brown, but then it hit me. I was like, wait, I think her name was Destiny Brown.
I remember him being on a talk show. She was on the talk shows too.
Let's find out.
She made a little run. That was that 90s,
But
right?
we talked about not her
She got caught
specifically,
in-
but we talked about how Hugh Grant took the hit for doing that for a minute. And his career did kind of get back on track, but he just got lost in the shuffle.
Kind of.
Do you know what he did? Just getting oral sex on Hollywood Sunset Boulevard with her?
Yeah.
That's what happened.
He was on Jay Leno like the next week or some shit like that. It was talking about.
Let me start with question number one. What the hell were you thinking?
That's back when he was engaged to what's her name?
Elizabeth Hurley.
Ooh, big mistake.
Ooh,
Yeah.
dummy. Elizabeth Hurley is still gorgeous, boy.
Yeah, she married to some billionaire that's treating her wrong or something. Was treating her wrong or something, right?
Recently?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Wait.
I didn't think
This
she
was in
was
2010. Yeah.
Sydney, you can treat Elizabeth Hurley right then.
Wait. Hugh Grant. Now look, this is from.
I can't do it. Somebody
This is
go
from
ahead and do it, I
2010.
know.
As Hugh Grant hits 50, we track down Divine Brown. I apologize.
Divine Brown.
The LA hooker whom he wrecked his image and lost Liz Hurley.
They still call women other night hookers.
This is 2010.
Oh, okay.
This is a decade ago. Hooker was a hooker.
Wait, it was just in 2010? No,
Divine
it's in
Brown
95.
doesn't look like a hooker these days. Yes, there was still the big hair and the big. Bitch, this is racist as fuck. There's
Where
still
you reading from? What is this article from?
the Daily from the UK.
Oh, well, yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, I'm just. Can I point out the racism?
Oh, no, I'm just saying they racist shit all the time.
There's still big hair and big lips, of which Hugh Grant was so enamored. Wow. Damn, Ryan, and you and your people. And
Ryan, you're British?
And those red painted toes, more of which later. But these days, there's a 20-month-old baby on her hip and a fiance in a pretty home in the burbs. Wait for it, and a white picket fence.
Oh.
Divine, you see, claims to have cleaned herself up and straightened herself out since police caught her. And let's say, hard work with the actor in the Los Angeles red light district 15 years ago. That was a trick that changed my life, honey, she
15
says.
years ago, 95.
That was a trick that changed my life.
She said that?
Yes, the event that earned me $1 million. I told you.
Whoa. How did she get money
I
out of
told you
this?
she was going around. For Grant, 34, at the star of the 4 Weddings and a Funeral, and then this would let us down here 4 Weddings and a Funeral. They encountered in Hollywood's notorious Sunset Strip, which Ryan said led to an enormous personal humiliation. The News of the World, which published an exclusive of Divine, put on her front page with a Versace safety pin dress, just like the one that had been delivered to the famed Grant's girlfriend Elizabeth Hurley. Damn, they bogus. Needless to say, the relationship didn't survive. He later said, "I did a bad thing." But Divine prefers to remember the $50 trick as God's work. Now, these,
changed
of
her life.
course, are the words of a one-time hooker who just about anything for a quick buck. She happens to be writing her autobiography as well and streetwise enough to know everybody likes a cheesy Hollywood ending.
Now, this
$50, Hugh.
This, I know, right? This article was written in 2010, right, Ken?
Yes, it was.
Okay, all right. So 15 years ago, yeah,
So
1995.
she Divine now, 41, earned more than $1 million. This looks like £1 million or from media interviews and guest show appearances.
Oh, wow.
She fucking milked that shit.
Hey, man, listen.
It's nothing like famous dick. I wish I could. Remember that old Chris Rock joke about Clinton? I wish I could fuck somebody into a millionaire. I'd be like, this dick will make you rich. I'm like, you talk about saving Africa. I would go over there like, it's time, my people. Line them up. This will be the wealthiest nation once again.
Wakanda forever.
Damn.
They've stolen your resources. I should bring them back.
Bring them back. From my loins.
Yes.
Oh, Lord. Oh, God. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, $1 million.
Would
$1
you
million?
would you for $1 million
bang a hooker?
no, be a hooker for a wealthy Hollywood celebrity?
I'd do it for $25,000. No, I'm just playing.
Damn. I think we all would.
I mean, a famous.
I do that shit for a quick.
I know, right?
Oh, man.
What do you mean?
Price is getting low.
Right. If Rihanna walked in and said, like, I give you $1 million, baby, you ain't got to give me that much.
I'm gonna need it.
Yeah.
But still.
Later.
I'll hit you back later, but we can go ahead and do this. I mean, it's always
You
interesting.
love you some Rihanna, right?
Oh, I love Rihanna.
How can you not love Rihanna?
Yeah. I mean, Salma Hayek's my number 1 all the time. But Rihanna.
All right, so everybody
Love me
just
some
give
Rihanna.
you
Okay.
give you a personal history of D. A sexual sex ed class.
Oh, one in college.
Changed his life.
Changed my life.
So D is a walking condom. All right.
Yeah.
But let me ask you a personal question.
Yeah.
if you weren't married, so let me get that. So you can't use that one.
Yeah.
If Rihanna was like, I'm gonna give you all this Barbasian, you know what? But you got to eat this ass. You gonna eat ass?
Like the outside or the inside?
Oh, damn, you going deep. You got to go past that hole at least twice.
Oh God.
Dirty D.
She fresh out the shower.
She out the shower. She fresh out the shower.
I hope you not eating ass in his regular, just walking down the street ass.
Some guys would just do it.
But see, listen, the reason I bring this up, I walked looking at a friend's Facebook post, and it was this dude got pulled over by the cops. On the back of his pickup truck, he had, I eat ass.
Okay.
But I started cagging on the dude because I was like, he eat ass because he has to. Not because he wants to. Like, he's not scoring without. Listen, I let you know how the type of ass he got because he's been posting like, girl, I will eat your motherfucking ass. You know, some dudes just open up with, girl, I will eat your fucking ass. Right?
Do anything.
Some dudes would do that.
I saw Little Duval. I was on his page, Instagram page last night, and somebody asked him a question. Some young white girl asked him a question about eating ass, and he was like, I'm a 90s freak. And it hit me. I was like, I'm a 90s freak.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I understand the world got out of whack for a period of time with all the and I know it still goes on or whatever, but I just don't need ass eating in my sex.
Wait a minute. Didn't Stephen A. Smith go on Snoop Show say he was a bottom feeder?
I bet. Come on.
I'm just saying
that mustache alone tells you he eats some ass. That's an ass-eating mustache, bro. With that line and going back like that, you eating. I'm ready.
I am a bottom feeder.
Exactly. All the bottom.
All the bottom.
Right, all of it.
If you know me, I am a bottom.
Loquaciously, I will eat.
I am a bottom feeder.
All right.
No, I don't
Come
know.
on,
Yeah.
D, just say yes.
Selma Hayek says.
You know what? Oh, yeah, probably.
Oh, it's racism.
No,
you
no,
motherfucking
man.
Selma.
No, I love
It's that
Selma.
much of a drop off?
I see a
love
lesbian
Selma, man.
Colombian. I'm eating ass. A sister got it.
Not that. Selma's my number one all the time. That's all.
So when you get to number 2, that's when you start deciding not to eat
she's
ass?
not even my. Ron's not even my number 2.
Alicia.
Alicia.
Who's your number 1?
As far as celebrity woman question all the time, Janet Jackson, of course.
Oh, fuck. Right. I don't even want to ask you about Janet's
Happy
ass.
birthday, Janet Jackson. Just
Mine
made
always
53.
changes.
Yeah.
I don't have like the
Well, since you, I
specific
know
one.
you would do it, so I'm not asking you.
Damn. How you know Sig?
Did he giggle? Did he giggle or
He
not?
did giggle.
I mean, I'm doing it.
Oh,
I'm doing it.
Ryan's doing it too.
I don't prefer to eat ass. Of course I would. It's not even a fucking question.
A comedian
If
called.
anybody- I don't know.
out
Let
of
me
the
let me
shower.
honest. No.
Fresh
You know
out the
what
shower?
though? I may
they cleaning the
may
meat?
not though. It depends on what type of game if I'm going for the long game.
It also
If I'm
depends
going
on
for the
what's
long
happening.
game, I may not eat that ass right there.
Okay.
Because somebody with Rihanna, she knows she's dominant over me. I'm a nobody, right? I got to come in here and fuck with her head. Like, I don't give a fuck about that shit. I ain't eating that motherfucker like that, right? I got to set some standards to work up to something. So not to say I wouldn't eat an ass because I don't like to eat ass, but I may be wanting to be a hanger-on with her. So I may have to lead up to that.
See, I'm thinking of another way. If a person that lets you do that, that means that other people has been down there eating it too.
No, for real. Guess what? It's the same with sex.
Yeah. I know, but you're talking about the booty. But anyway, hold on. I remember I was at home one night and Chanel went to.
Can I ask you a question now?
I got a good story about
I
eating
know.
booty.
Just
But go
wait.
ahead. Yeah.
Because you just said something earlier.
Oh, yeah.
All right. What bothers you about somebody else licking an ass before you? Because I'm gonna.
You're talking about the hole, right?
Yeah, because this is my problem. My problem isn't with someone else licking it before me. It's with the shit we're licking. I wouldn't be worried. Did somebody else lick this ass? More like I got to lick what you shit out of.
Yeah.
But no, when you just said that where somebody else been down there, like that's your concern.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm more concerned about the shit crumbs on my lip.
Yeah, that too. But I'm just saying the kind
Hella
of person,
concerned about them shit crumbs.
Hey, that too. That might come up with a little mustache.
Bro.
I'm just saying though. I'm just keeping it real. Dirty D strikes again. No, I remember Chanel went to a comedy show. What was that name of that comedy club that used to be right there on Cane Drive?
Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, like off 35th.
35th, yeah. What was the name of it? Sydney? You got it?
Jokes and Notes?
Jokes and Notes. Thank you, Sydney Brown. But I was at home one night and her and her buddies went out one night and they went to the comedy club. I'm sitting at home, my phone rings.
Girlfriends?
Her friends. Yeah, Chanel's girlfriends. Yes, her friends. And I'm at home and my phone rings and I don't know who it is, whatever like that. But this is kind of like before. I mean, you had call ID, but this is kind of like, okay, this is about 2006. I'm like, I just answer the phone. Answer the phone. I forgot to do the comedian. But
I remember you talking.
Yeah. he had me on the phone at Jokes and Notes. And he was talking about me eating Chanel's ass at night. I said, well, what the hell is this? I played along with it, but yeah, now you bring up eating booty, I thought about that story.
How was you playing along with it? You were saying that you did eat ass, yeah?
I don't know. I forgot what I said. Because I was kind of throwing off on me, like, wait a minute. I hear people laughing. Like, motherfucker, you got me on the microphone and you doing your set and you decide to call me? And I should have been asking Chanel why the hell you give him my number. Because I said I had a landline. And he called my landline number. But I was like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, man, I was just enjoying myself.
That's personal than a motherfucker, your landline.
I know.
You leave your voicemail.
I know. I mean, I still had a jack on the wall. He called my apartment.
Government got rid of that.
Damn, who was that comedian? Who's the dude who had the wife that was on the basketball show, the women here in Chicago?
Oh, you talking about
John Witherspoon?
No, you're talking about Wilbon. John Wilbon.
Yeah,
George Wilbon.
George Wilbon. Yeah, he the one that called me. He called me talking about
dress reliever.
You saw I say one time I saw her twice at her restaurant.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, she was
shit.
Yeah,
she still catch wreck. That's a old good body. built with standards.
76 Chevelle on that mother.
Like, this motherfucker still rack clean.
Really been handling the maintenance on it.
She's you
get oil change all the time. This motherfucker.
We went on a house party trolley, and one of the spots was her restaurant, Truth. Pretty good food too. It was great.
You know, I went to Peaches for the first time.
Oh, how is Peaches? Really?
And you know me.
Oh, it's on Michigan, right?
No, it's on King Drive.
Oh, across the street from Jokes and Notes and all that. Harold Washington calls. How was it?
It's further down.
Is it breakfast?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not. It's
Right
right across
by
the street.
Cal.
It's right across the street.
No, it's across the street from Slice. It's on 47th. It's not on 35th. It's on 47th. It's right by Cal.
Isn't
no, what's the
Jokes
name?
and Notes is off 47th.
No, Jokes and Notes used to be
43rd.
It used to be
No, it was on 43rd.
Okay,
It's
whatever.
43rd. I know what you're talking about though. But how was food?
It's good.
Was it breakfast food or was it like anytime food?
And breakfast food is hard to do to make it consecutively good. Remember when we interviewed Bardo?
Stephen Bardo.
We were talking about his food show, right?
Yeah.
He went there.
Oh, really?
And he had their shrimp and grits. I've never in my life had shrimp and grits.
I think I had it like once.
And
it was good?
Yeah,
like
it was excellent. I'm not a
cheese and
grits
the
person.
grits?
Mm-hmm. I'm not a grits person. It was.
Oh, I love grits.
No, not like I don't like them, but I'm never like going out like bring me some grits. Like like sometimes I have to make them. She's like, you want some grits? I'm like, all right, cool. Like when I was a kid, I loved it, but that's because I was poor. Now I can decide.
I still eat them now.
Yeah,
I love grits.
But still, no, it was tasty.
Really?
It was really, shout out to that place. I believe it's black owned. If not, I'm not going back.
Damn, Ken.
I'm trying to support the community. You know that Jiffy Lube right there, and what's the name is black owned?
The brothers, right there on Jeffrey.
They own another one.
Yeah, they own one on Halsted. One time I went over there, the lights was out. He said, go to the one on Halsted. We own that one too. I'm like, all right, cool. I went over there and now they took care of me.
A mother is in front of her, on a video, the mother's in front of the classroom. The teacher seems to be sitting down at a desk.
Oh, I see.
The mother starts to berate the class and tell them that the daughter has been bullied by predominantly boys and not girls, because if it was girls, she would have her daughter fuck them up.
Yeah.
That's messing with my daughter. She's a girl. Y'all are boys, okay? If y'all bully my daughter, if you look at her the wrong way, if you breathe the wrong way, send your mom to me. Sisters, aunts, anybody over 18, I'll f them all up. Do you understand me? Leave my daughter alone, and I'm not going to say it again. If I have to go to every class, I'll do that. And I'm letting you know right now, any mom, any sister can catch these hands, okay? That's
Period.
how pissed I am. Y'all gonna leave her alone. I mean, no messages online, don't post nothing about her. None of that. None of that. Y'all don't know me. Y'all think y'all bullies? I'm the big bully, okay? Let that be known and understand that. Leave my daughter alone, and I mean it. And if I have to come up here again, it's gonna be problems. She's a girl, she can't handle that. If y'all are boys, if y'all was girls, I'd tell her to meet you after school and handle it outside like a real one. But since you guys are boys and she can't do anything, tell your moms, tell your sisters, tell your aunties, cousins, whoever. As long as we're over 18, we can handle it any day. You understand that? You don't pick them up. Whippings for free. For free. You ain't even got to pay for it. For free. Do y'all understand me? Leave this girl alone. She's taken care of. You won't play that, okay? And I'm not going to call out no names, but you're going to leave her alone, and I mean it. Woo!
She said my daughter can't fight you boys, basically.
Right.
Which is me being a father. I would prefer if my daughter didn't fight boys because they're stronger. Usually they will be stronger than her. Not to say that every time a man can beat a woman, but still, that's my baby. But she goes on and just lets these motherfuckers know that she is not the one. It seems like her daughter goes to a predominantly white school.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some more information on it. This is out of... I know the mother's been banned. Oh, it's in California, Southern California.
The daughter got suspended.
Officials say the mother has been banned from the Southern California school after she threatened a classroom full of students over alleged bullying of her daughter.
But why did the teacher allow her to do it? I didn't get why the teacher was just sitting.
She just sat there, right? So cell phone video. I think it was probably her daughter. Her
daughter was clapping in that motherfucker.
Yeah, she's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna fuck you up." Cell phone video aired Wednesday by KCBS TV shows a woman confronting a class at Nigel Hills Middle School, and this is the thing that's kind of dope about her, though. I will say this. It's kind of fly on her. She actually made up tickets that says free ass whooping. And she left them at the classroom. She said, well, let me see if I can blow it up a little bit. The ticket says, free ass kicking must be 18 or older to redeem. And it's an actual ticket. And she left these motherfuckers at the classroom. I mean, this is why I wanted to get y'all thoughts on it, though, real quick. I know, Ken, I mean, you kind of say like you wouldn't want your daughter or anything like that to be fighting on boys, obviously. Probably don't want them fighting anybody in general. But... do we give props to this mama to going up there and confronting these kids? Because she's like, listen, kids are killing themselves, and I don't want my daughter bullying and getting bullied by anybody. And she did say they stopped bullying her after she went out there and said that she'll fuck up their mama. So, do you all approve of the methods of this said mother?
I don't have a problem. I mean, to me, it was somewhat childish, but again, it's your kid.
Mm-hmm.
If it helped, cool. If I was really digging deeper, to be honest, and the little girl could still get bullied, I mean, if you're concerned, you may be concerned about putting her in an environment where she's the minority, depending on where you decided to send her to school. Like you saw in that classroom, I didn't see another black face when they paid.
I didn't either.
You already set her up in a way. So, I mean, again, that doesn't mean she should be bullied because of the school that her mother chose for her to go to. But
you're the best school she got in.
But you're culpable for this. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that's the way you should send your kid, though. You know what I'm saying? They're spending their day in that environment to be like, yeah, you're getting ready. Yeah, but still, think about what you're daily putting your kids to, saying that just because this school has a certain standard, there's not a school that has a closer standard that the kid can feel more at home at.
Right.
Yeah, maybe how she did it, not the best way, but I feel for kids that get bullied in schools, and I understand why parents go crazy over this stuff, and I don't think schools do very much in trying to help out in that effort. And
she said the administration wasn't doing enough,
and I believe that,
and it was still going on.
I don't think that they do enough most of the time. I think that they try to maybe give a word or two here, but you are there to observe and protect, kind of like police officers in your own way at that school. So you should be out there making sure you're collecting information, figuring out ways that you can make things better, and maybe offer some solutions to parents instead of saying, well, kids will be kids. So I can understand why she came up there and why she did it, and it ultimately helps her daughter. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, I echo the same words that Ryan just said. The parents, I believe more parents should be involved. I'm not saying they're not as plenty when they are, but there's more that should be involved in their kids' lives, not just when it comes to their kids being in trouble, but like Ryan said, the administration in these school systems, they failed our kids. I'm talking about everybody, not just black kids, white kids, Hispanic kids, everybody when it comes to bullying. Yeah, and
especially with social media.
Right.
It's not
like I said, we didn't have social media when we were going to school, so it was more directly in your face every day. Yeah. Now that with social media, it's even worse. And like Ryan said, there are people killing themselves at an all-time high every day. And the schools sit back and do nothing. They think it's just going to go away, or it's a quote-unquote passage, which I think and I know is bullshit. Right. That's really where it starts.
Well, I mean...
and it's in the school system.
Wait, real quick, let me give you my 2 cents. Mm-hmm. This is, when I saw this video, I thought about the women in my family, and I could definitely see one of them doing this. Going to the point probably, I don't know, my aunt, Mom Michelle, she would definitely do some shit like this. And she probably would make some tickets and say, I'm passing out free ass whoopings. This sounds very much like that. But to the point of, it's just kind of like being a mama bear at this point. If nothing's being resolved, I mean, then you had to step in. And to Ken's point, too, I'm surprised the teacher just sat there. I'm surprised the teacher them like, hold on, Mrs. Whatever.
Go ahead, Johnson. You want to say it?
I just want to say Jackson. I don't think it's the best thing for you to talk to the kids like that. But I don't know. Maybe she was like, yeah, they fuck with her.
Well, I don't get like
maybe somebody do need to put these little fucks in place.
Why
I don't
don't
know.
schools have like mandatory bullying classes at a young age?
What's that? I mean,
to give like information about that.
Okay.
I know that that's not necessarily going to help per se, but what do we know? If you have more information about something, you're more likely to make better decisions.
I don't know. I think there's something. I think this can be lighter and superficial, but I think it can be a lot deeper. I think there's something that's going on, and bullying is part of the cause, but we're looking at that as being the whole cause. It goes back to kind of talking about the value at the beginning of the show, what you place on your life. Because it's sad that someone would kill themselves for being bullied. Like, let me say that. I'm not by any means saying in that. And I mean, I've participated in bullying. I've been bullied. And I mean, to me, my always thought was to fight
life.
My always thought was to fight. Was always to fight the bully. Like, even if the bully wasn't bullying me, I take on the bully. So again, I think, and that's not to say that everyone can do that. I would be childish. I would be ignorant to say, well, I did it. But I know, like, I have conversations with my son. And the thing that I try to instill in him is not just, you need to be fighting, motherfucker. But it's all, but I really try to put in him in the value of him. Like, you have to value yourself enough to where no one should be treating you like this. Like, just letting you know that you're special and no one should treat you a certain way, because some people may feel like they deserve that type of treatment or whatever. So I try to instill in him the reason on why you should reject the bullying is because of how much self-love you have for yourself.
You ever have you had to give Kenton the old talk of sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me?
No, it's more like, fuck them.
It was kind of the same thing. But
like, man, you ain't gonna know these motherfuckers in 4 years.
It's kind of the same thing.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
the Southside version.
Like, man, listen, you better.
Sticks and stones. You must be from the north.
Just try. I mean, I it's funny having a child, and Kenton is not exactly like me or whatever. I think perhaps my daughter may be closer to like me than Kenton is. Kenton's more laid back than I am. I fought a lot more growing up, and it wasn't like I went out looking for fights. But if you wanted smoke, I was going to deliver the smoke. All right, so
you want these hands?
Yeah, like that's
I
how.
can deliver
Like
to
that's
you.
how. So that's how I came up.
I haven't had to have the talk as far as bullying yet with Grace.
We've had discussions on.
I haven't had to have that
him
talk
being
just
bullied, and it's like
I worry about her being the bully sometimes.
Yeah. And I mean, I worry about, even though I
believe it.
I worry about that with him.
She got honest from me.
Because I don't think it's totally unreciprocated. I think sometimes, like I tell him, like, sometimes you sticking your nose in shit that you don't need to be sticking your nose in. You out here talking too fucking much. Like,
He trying to save people?
No, maybe. Yeah, I think he's trying to save a couple. But also, it's just, Kenton sometimes always has to have something to say. I try to tell him, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Right? Like, a lot of times you'll realize that, man, it's a good thing I didn't say that, because that shit was going to be stupid.
Right.
Like, sometimes just be fucking, like, being cool isn't the person that always has an opinion on every fucking thing.
Right.
Yeah. Just sit back and observe.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Just sit back sometimes and,
He'll learn it.
I know, but go ahead.
learn.
What are you about to say?
The one thing I completely agree with what you guys are saying. I'm looking at it the other way, though. Like, the person being bullied, they have to stand their ground. They have to know their self-worth. That's the best way to combat a bully. I'm worried on the other side. I think the bullying aspect,
bully?
it's getting to a point where it's evolving. And some bullies aren't the same as other bullies, you know? And some of these people out here in the world today, how people with social media, access to internet at all times and all this stuff, I think bullies need to have information more so than the people being bullied.
That's a great point.
No, it's a great point. It's a great point. I mean, you look at the times right now and look at social media. Shit, just look at the, not even gonna say just the media in general. Well, yeah, you can look at the media too, but just our culture in general. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, it's kind of cool to knock somebody about something. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, oh yeah, you did this. Oh, I'm gonna rag on you. I'm gonna put you on TMZ. Right. Or I'm gonna put you on World Star or whatever like that. It's kind of like it's accepted and it's kind of part of it. But I do think this. Let me go back to my original point I made a while ago. People have always been like this. We just now have the technology to see the shit. So we always had these kind of bullies. You know what I'm saying?
But technology, to your
but
point,
it's a gasoline on it. It's fight.
There's not the same amount of rest.
No.
And I can sit here as an older adult who didn't grow up on social media and say, well, just turn it off. But that's not the same for someone who grew up and it's all. I would be ignorant to say
that's my worst fear as being a parent right now, especially to a young girl. Is social media.
I bet.
And the simple fact of when, like, Grace doesn't know what it really is. She said the word Twitter, said something about Twitter, but she doesn't get the concept of what Twitter is just yet. She's 7. But, but some 7 years old, 7 years old, probably out on Twitter. I don't know. But that's one of my biggest fears. Biggest fears of having a young girl.
Some people are, like, okay with social media, and it seems like a lot of the younger generation get just obsessed with it.
Yeah.
So I get why you'd be scared.
Yeah. I mean, right now she has a tablet, but she's watching My Little Pony videos. Or she's playing like a little games. And it's like, okay, you've been playing with that tablet too much, but she's playing a game.
Social media has become a flat out vice. Like drugs,
it has.
People, anything.
You have a good part of it. You have certain videos and things that come out that say like, hey, you know what?
Sure.
I'm glad somebody.
But if you abuse the hell out of it, you can.
Yeah, you can. Yes, you can. It's something, but it's here to stay. It's here to stay.
It's not going anywhere.
All right. Hey, make sure you follow us on Twitter and Instagram at D&Davis Show. Once again, it's at D&Davis Show. Facebook.com/D&Davis Show. Hit us up on the Gmail as well, dndavisshow@gmail.com. You can always download, subscribe, rate, share, all that good stuff. D&Davis the show, the sports show, and D&Davis the Flip, which is heard right here. That's on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Music, Stitcher, the TuneIn app, Spotify, going through World on Media, and World on Anchor. I'm sorry, and YouTube as well. Want to get our YouTube numbers up, man? Everybody rock with us on that, all right? I'm on Twitter at Demons1, Ken's on Twitter at That's Davis, Ryan's on Twitter at Ryan B Ski, and Sid is on Twitter at SidKid80.
Listen, I hope you take something away from this.
Don't be a bully.
Yeah, I'm not even. I mean, I'm listening. I mean,
don't bootleg religious movies.
Nah, bootleg. Listen, any property that Mel Gibson owns, bootleg the living fuck out of it. All right, like bootleg that shit to a bootleg oblivion, so that bastard can get less money. And mind you, he used to be my favorite actor.
Really?
Yeah.
He was your favorite actor, Mel Gibson.
Yeah, because I mean,
Lethal Weapon.
It's because of like, was it Macbeth or Hamlet that he did?
He did Hamlet.
He did Hamlet. It was his range. Like I'd never seen an action star do that as a kid.
Really?
And on my VHS, which I didn't bootleg, I got it from the video store. I watched Hamlet. But actually, one of them. So as far as like what his rank, like growing up, like I was like, damn, he was box office and he could act to a certain degree. So yeah, for until like the mid to late 90s, like he was my guy. Yeah. So when I didn't know that. Yeah,
he was a good director.
I told you that. You just don't care about nobody else's shit.
Nah, maybe I just don't remember.
I know, motherfucker.
Mel Gibson. I mean,
first of all, see,
he doesn't move me.
See, let him back in the cookout. I'll keep him a fuck
No,
out
I did not. No, I did not.
I'm not.
Don't you put that on me.
I am not at the gate waiting for the bring motherfuckers back
Sydney,
in.
what's Mel doing here?
Yeah.
No, that's your boy Tone doing that. That's not me.
You knew what you was doing when you was doing that shit. You didn't want no more of the barbecue and spaghetti, motherfucker.
No, that's your boy Tone, the anti-blight. Let him back in, not me. But don't charge that to me.
But I still think there were definitely some good thoughts as far as the bullying and even just to point it out. So please take something from it. Pass it along. If you feel like some of the things that we're saying are incorrect, let us know. You know what I'm saying? Do it in a positive way because we're going to light your ass up if you don't. And look, don't do anything stupid before you hear from us again.
We gone.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Bootleg passion.
Yeah.
The Flip.